Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the new BMW i3s. For the second half of the life cycle, BMW has decided its iconic electric futuristic vehicle would need a bit more than the strange design and the clean powertrain to survive and to stand the competition. That's the reason why they increased power, they gave him a sexy look, and they're promising a bit more fun to drive. If the vehicle sticks to that promise, that's what we're gonna find out here on Thomas Geiger Car. So please join me on a ride. It's not so much the increased power and torque that makes driving more fun in the i3s. It's especially the new setup of steering, suspension, the wider stance and the bigger wheels. Because with that configuration, you can really enjoy the acceleration in corners and you have way more fun rushing through the city, taking tight turns and overtaking. So the car is more stable, more solid, and you're more confident driving a little faster around the corners, and traction and stability control has less work with it nowadays. Basically, the i3s is using the same powertrain as the i3 with the electric engine in the back and the range extender if wanted. But BMW has at least unleashed a little bit of more power for the vehicle. So instead of 170 horsepower, it delivers now 184 horsepower, and more important, you got a little more torque, 270 instead of 250 Newton meters, and that is especially useful in higher speeds because accelerating from 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 hasn't never been a problem in an electric vehicle, but above that the air is getting quite thin, and that's way better now in the i3. And it at least goes a little faster. While the standard i3 is limited to 150 kilometers, the i3s goes up to 160 kilometers. Still not enough to compete on a German autobahn, but everywhere else you're looking much better now. The biggest difference to the standard models are the new wheels, because they're a bit wider and a bit bigger. That does not only look way better, it also gives the car a different stance, and you can really feel the difference while driving. Way more than the increase of power and torque. This is what makes the i3 the S model. The BMW i3 is way more than a transportation device. It's something like a lifestyle on wheels, and you recognize that every time you sit in the vehicle, because it's so different to any other vehicle you know. It begins with the doors that are opening like in the Rolls-Royce, and it ends with the material and the way the cockpit is laid out. For example, the material, BMW now is experimenting with something that they call sea plastic. So they're collecting the garbage from the sea, old bottles, old plastic bags, and trying to build a fabric out of it to use it as sound damping or even to use it on the consoles. This is something I find really smart. Not so smart is the upgraded infotainment system, because BMW missed the chance to bring their most futuristic vehicle on the level of actual technology. In every other BMW nowadays you have a touchscreen. In their most futuristic car, the i3, you can touch the display as much as you want, and the only thing that will happen is you get fingerprints but no function. That's really a pity. Thank you for joining me on my first test drive with the new BMW i3s. For me, still not the best electric vehicle you can get, but if you can't afford a BMW i8 and you stick to BMW, this is probably the second best choice, because it looks better, it drives better, and it gives you more fun than the standard model. The S in the i3s still doesn't stand for sport, but at least it stands for more sex appeal. Thank you, tschüsschen, and bye-bye.